Hello, welcome back. This is Jeff Byers. I'm going to talk to you about scene corruption and how to fix any scene corruption that you may find yourself in. So let's just say your tools aren't working, you're missing panels, you're missing the main menu, let's say you're missing the shelf, you're missing any of the tools, you're missing this. Now, there are certain things you can do to see if this will fix it. So a couple things you would want to try in Maya before you reset Maya entirely is to previously in a video is to create a new scene and import your scene into the new scene. Okay, that's number one. That's one of the things you can do. So you would create a new scene, and then you would go to File and import your older scene into the new scene. Okay, that's the first thing you can try. Okay, now the second thing you can try is go to your preferences, which is under Windows, or this guy right down in the right hand corner. It looks like he's running away from a big gear. That's basically settings, so preferences. So click on that. Or you can go in here to Windows, Settings, Preferences, and it'll go to the same spot. All right, so you can go to Edit, Restore Default Settings. Okay, that should restore everything into its default setting. Okay, that's the first thing you do. All right, let me do Control A to get it back into the channel editor. Okay, so if that doesn't work, there's other things like display, like heads-up display, things that you want to show. Okay, hide and show. But the settings preferences is the big one. And workplaces, we're under Maya Classic. Okay, so you could try, and this is something I've seen glitches in, really strange glitches. And I'll get out of here in a minute. I wanted to show you the workplaces work, and you can change these. But let's go over here, and this is the same thing: workspace. So if you go from Maya Classic, and this has kind of cleaned things up too. I go back and forth to Expert, okay, and then go back to Classic, and then click on the arrow key one more time and go to Reset Current Space, and that sometimes fixes your issues that you have. If that doesn't work, then if all else fails, okay, you reset your preferences. You've tried to import your object into a new scene, and you've changed your workspace back and forth, and then you turn on reset. You basically have to go from one to the other before you can get this reset current workspace. There we go. And that usually fixes everything. If that doesn't work, then of course we can close Maya. So this is the last thing we'll do to help correct any corruption in your scene. So I'm just going to type in, if you have Windows, just type in Documents. All right, and I'm just going to click on the folder, and that will take me to my Documents folder. Okay. And I'm going to go to Maya, double click on that, and then you're going to see, you can see that I've got Maya 2020 and Maya 2022. Now my projects is in the projects folder. That's where it should go, under the documents folder. So I have all my projects in there. But I don't want that. I want to go in Maya 2022. So what I'm going to do here is I need to delete that. Okay, as you can see, when I'm right-clicking over it, I can't delete it. I can't move it to the trash. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, I got to show my desktop. There we go. So there's my trash bin. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drag and drop the press folder into the recycle bin. Okay. So it's gone now. You cannot do this with Maya open. Maya has to be closed. So make sure you close Maya, otherwise you're going to have all kinds of problems. So make sure Maya is closed. Okay. And then I'm going to right click over and go to empty recycle bin. Yes. Okay, great. So next thing I'm going to do is go back in here and not show my icons. I got so many icons. And then I'm going to go into Maya, open it back up, and I'll show you what happens. So once Maya is opening up, it's going to say, okay, we don't see preferences. This is not good, but what do you want to do? Well, let's use default preferences. There we go. And so Maya's, what's happened is Maya is resetting itself totally and coming in fresh and new, like for the first time. Like it just opened up the first time you downloaded it and installed it. So it's not reinstalling, it's just resetting it as a clean install. Okay. So that usually fixes everything. So now I'm going to go back in here and go to File. Because it's brand new, it doesn't know what you did the last time you were in here. It totally cleared everything out, is what we wanted. So now I'm going to go to Set Project. So now I'm going to go in here and find my project, wherever that may be, and open that up. And then go to File, Open, and then I can find my scene. Now, because it's brand new, we don't have to do, and some people, and some students ask me, well, do I have to import it? You can if you want to, but normally I just go to File, Open, but you can definitely try both. The File Open doesn't work, and you still got corruption, it's probably your file, but I can go into File, New Scene, and then go to File, Import, and do it that way too. Okay, so that's about the best you can do if you are having issues with Maya and what you can do with it. But that's why we save as. So if your file is corrupt to a point that Maya can't, restarting Maya, resetting Maya doesn't work, then you've got a corrupt file and there's nothing you can do about it. So that's why you want to save your scene as a sequence. So you don't save over top of your scene. You go to File, Save Scene As, and you name it. So let's just give you an instance where this is how I would do it. So every 15 minutes, you want to go in here and do something like 01. And saving in a sequence is great. I'll save 10 minutes later. I go in here, save a scene as. Go in here and I just change that 1 to a 2. And so on and so forth. 15 more minutes later. And if you do get a corrupt scene, what you can do is you can always come back, go to File, New Scene, File, Import, and try to find an earlier save, okay, that works, and then go from there. That's about the best you can do with corruption. And it does happen. It happens in 3ds Max, happens in Blender, it happens in Maya, it happens in Houdini, it happens in every single package. You're not going to get away from it. Another thing you're going to be facing is that if you are modeling and you're modeling a lot of stuff or you're modeling really fast, Maya might crash. Okay? And if this happens, then you're going to be forced to go to a save. Now, there are ways, and I don't know it off the top of my head, that Maya tries to save your file. Okay? So you may want to do a search on Maya crash, how to pull back your files from Maya crash. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've actually had to do that. So I would go and research that. But there's a way, if Maya did try to save the file before it crashed or while it's crashing, I don't know, sometimes it won't save big scenes. So be careful with that. Another thing is students like to experiment with setting up to save their scene, like Maya will automatically save their scene. And that is somewhat problematic because I've had students that think they're Maya saving their scene every 5-10 minutes. And it's actually crashed Maya and they lost everything. So just do it manually if you can remember. So File, Save Scene As, and you'd be good to go. But that's a way to try to clean your scene up. And if you see any, like, see things happening that aren't supposed to happen, like if your tools aren't working anymore, your manipulator tool's not working, you can try those things to try to fix it. And hopefully this helps you. And if you have any other issues, please, of course, email me immediately, and I'll try to help you. All right, I'll talk to you guys later, and have a great day.